Coming to you from sunny California and the Great White North. Get ready. We are breaking down the obstacles on the Armchair Ninja Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast. It is Saturday, September 12th, 2020. My name is Rich, and joining me once again this week is Bijan. How you making out?
Ooh, I love it. I feel that excitement, man. Let me hear it one more time. Let me hear your intro one more time.
All right, one more time. We got hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast.
Ooh-wee.
It is a great day to be back in Ninja Warrior Land. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Bro, I am feeling good. I'm dancing in my chair. Woo, I feel good. ANW is back. Oh, everything is right. And man, we got like a new format, a new location, new obstacles, new ninjas. And bro, it feels good. Feels so good to be back. And just this vibe, you know, everybody's so excited and happy. And just all the fun and excitement with ANW. Oh, I feel it, man. It's like the family's home. The family's back, bro.
I like this episode. I mean, the last one was good, but this is the one that brought it home for me. It's like, yeah, I am fully back in. I laughed, I cried, I jumped. I was all over the place. I was an emotional wreck from this episode. It did everything that Ninja Warrior loves to do to me. I was sucked in for every bit of it.
Man, I was a hot mess at a certain point, and I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. But
I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it was a fantastic episode. And man, we got to talk about the format as a whole, but as you said, it feels so good to be back. And yeah, last episode, it kind of felt a little bit more of like reruns of like last season. It just felt, I don't know, just felt like last season because it was last season technically. Everything feels so new and fresh, and I'm really digging what they're doing this season. I mean, they are working with what they've got, and they are making the most of it.
Yeah, they're embracing it. They're letting everybody know the conditions that they filmed under and everything else, and that, you know, the spirit of it is still Ninja Warrior, but in the reality of 2020 and all the safety practices that they're doing, everything else. I'm glad they highlighted that. I did find it a little funny that they highlighted that there's no crowd and still managed to pump in crowd noise pretty consistently through the whole thing.
You caught that too, huh? I didn't realize it as much until we got Grant McCartney on that Mega Warped Wall, and then I'm like, am I hearing people like a low thing of like whatever go up that wall, whatever they chant, and I'm like, who's doing that? But hey, it adds to the vibe. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, overall, very thrilled with the episode. But let's talk about the course first. Let's kind of go through that. What do you think of these new obstacles? Let's talk about which one? I'm not remember the names
rolling,
of the obstacles.
The
trapeze one. Let's talk about the trapeze one at the beginning. Yeah, that was second obstacle.
Yeah, that's right. I like the trapeze. It was interesting because I didn't really fully understand what was going on until maybe like the second run. I was like, what is this? But I like the fact that a lot of these new obstacles are based upon timing and the fact that it's also based on quick movements. It adds to the intensity and also the unknowingness of if a ninja can do it. And usually I'm kind of against these obstacles. I kind of like the obstacles where people are like really struggling and you see the grimace on their face. But I don't know. I like this. It kind of reminds me of, oh man, it's been so long. Is it Double Dipper? I think it's called Double Dipper. You know, like the roller coaster looking obstacle. It's kind of like that where timing has to be 100% precise. And I'm cool with it.
Yeah, it reminded me of Snapback almost, right? Where it's like when you let go of one bar, the other one moves. I think that's a really interesting thing to put in place. It wasn't my favorite obstacle of the episode, but it was a good one. I liked it. It was a good addition.
It's a solid second obstacle, you know? And Snapback is a 100% great comparison.
But the next one, the ring rolling, like monkey bar one.
I loved it.
Oh my God. Like Chase the Ring, I think it was. I don't remember what the thing was called. That is genius. I love that obstacle.
Yeah, I hope they do more obstacles like this where timing really matters, where you have to just go all out. And we even saw like some of these bigger guys with like long arms and everything, they couldn't even get to it. I mean, you have to be really quick on that. I love that. I love just the franticness of that obstacle. And not just that, I like the fact that if you don't catch it, it's not where it's like, oh, well, you're out. You know, you don't have any other options. I like the fact that they give you this bear. Bro, this thing was so small. I was looking at that and I was like, there's no way anybody's doing it. I was shocked that so many people got through with that tiny little thing. I think they said it like an 8-inch diameter, but I mean, I love the fact that there's multiple minute like avenues you can go with this obstacle of like, hey, you got the easy route, but you really have to struggle for it. And if you don't, there's a harder route, but at least there's a chance.
Yeah, I was going to be against the obstacle when they first showed it because I thought that was it. If you didn't get it, then you were done.
That would have been so
and I
bad.
thought that would be lame. Yeah, that would have been terrible. But this optional difficulty, basically, or not optional, I guess if you miss the ring, it's not optional anymore. The having that other difficulty level is perfect. Like we've said before in previous seasons, when there's options, right? You can go up, over, or you can go down, under. Anytime they do stuff like that, it just adds another dynamic, making choices for the ninjas or changing things up in the second half of the obstacle. I think it's great. I really love that they were able to do it. Like you said, it didn't look possible. I thought no one's going to be able to do that. And it seemed like most people were able to.
Yeah, I was completely stunned. I mean, you give me 10 tries to do that thing, and I'm missing every single one of those.
Other than that, we saw some returning obstacles. I mean, the balance obstacle, rib breaker, or whatever the heck it's called, it's whatever. It's okay.
I like the fact that I didn't realize this until like way late in the episode, but the ramp is actually curved. So if you go into it doing the full like stride, you're actually going to start on it almost off-centered. If you don't, you have to be really quick in centering yourself. So in lieu of that, you can do it like just straight away, but that portion of it only gives you like a few steps to actually like ramp up and build up your speed and momentum. So I like the fact that it's a small detail, but it really adds a major element to finishing that obstacle.
Oh, I bet. So I didn't catch that, but one of my biggest peeves with these balance obstacles is typically they just run at them as fast as they possibly can and skip over them for the most part. Like it doesn't really matter what they stick there.
Yeah.
I did notice that with this one, they were more deliberate steps than you usually see, right? Like a very pronounced. It didn't seem like they were just trying to glide over them the way they normally would, and I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, with that curve, if you kind of are going with the stride of the curve, you're going to put way too much momentum on that first pin rather than straight forward. And, you know, once you start hitting too much weight on each pedestal, rib, whatever you call that thing, I mean, you're screwing yourself over. There's no way you're going to get to the very end. So, small detail, but I like that.
And the slingshot, I believe it's called, the bouncy bungee cord,
man,
bar
props
obstacle.
to anybody
that thing. Yeah, I think it's justified in being the ninja killer of the episode. It is a brutal looking obstacle and definitely took out a lot of the crowd.
Yeah, you're earning that buzzer. I mean, by doing that, that is no joke.
Yeah, so the overall the course is good. I think it seems like they reverted the rules on the mega wall. Did you notice that?
I was kind of confused about the mega wall rules because I know they had it involved the power tower and things like that last season. What was it that if you try the mega wall and you fail? Oh no, it's just you only get one try up the regular thing, but it kind of screws you over in terms of like getting the fastest time. Is that right?
I think so that's basically what it seems to be now, because in season 10 when we first had it, you could only try once at the mega wall for 10,000, and if you missed it you had to go do the regular wall. But then last year they let them have 3 attempts at the mega wall. Remember you told me that no one's ever going to be able to do it on the 3rd attempt?
Oh yeah,
right. And so it would lessen the prize each time.
Like, I still, to this day, like, there's no way many people are going to get the mega wall on the 2nd or 3rd try, but wasn't there somebody that actually got it on the 3rd attempt last year?
I want to say it was Lance Picus, maybe?
I mean,
Somebody
that
somebody
would shock
did it.
me, but yeah. I mean, that's insane, bro. Because, like, yeah.
I feel like we're airing all our dirty laundry. Like we're not prepared this year, so everybody's be like, "Wow, these guys, do they know what they're talking about?" Like they're wrong on like half the things they're saying now.
Hey guys, we're not taking notes this year or anything like that. If you want our podcast, we're going in fresh face, no notes, just chilling.
We are doing our best. We're flying without no safety harness this time. And I do want to say thank you, by the way. We should have said this right at the beginning. Oh my God, the outpouring from everybody welcoming us back. Thank you so much. All the messages we got on Twitter, YouTube, email. We've gotten it from so many different places. We're thrilled to be back. And thank you, everyone, that's continuing to listen.
Yeah, I love you all.
But back into the episode, just to refocus here. So that was the course.
What about the format, man?
Well, you said the format before we started recording. Like, I'm not sure what you meant by the format. What?
So just in general, the fact that we have like an indoor course, right? And it seems like we're going to have 4 qualifying episodes. And then we're going to build up to like some mega showdown in the finals. And also this is for $100,000. So there is going to be a winner. It's more of like a reality show competition, like where there's a straight up winner. And it's not going to be for like, I seriously doubt. I mean, you tell me, like, I don't know if spoilers are out there. It doesn't seem like they're going to have stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I wrong about that? It kind of seems like a hybrid between Team Ninja Warrior.
Possibly. I'm not sure. I don't know how it's going to all end. I haven't been reading up on it. I appreciate some of you reaching out with some information along the way about things going on behind the scenes, as always, and like, no spoilers, please, but otherwise, yeah, anything you can kind of help prop us up a little bit is definitely appreciated. So I'm not sure. I can't really clarify, I guess, some of the information on what's going on for the finale and everything. So it's kind of nice to not know.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it's refreshing.
Yeah.
All that mattered to me, there was only one thing that mattered to me going in this episode, is do we have Zuri Hall? And damn it, we got Zuri Hall! This season's a win.
She's amazing.
It's instantly a win. Zuri Hall is back. Oh, this queen. I love her to death. She's rocking these beautiful braids. Oh my God, I love Zuri Hall. She was so good interviewing these ninjas. Hyped when she needed to be hyped. Like serious when she needed to be serious. Let people actually have emotions, like flowing through. Once again, I'm really not trying to put anybody else on blast from before, but I'm just saying she is absolutely amazing at what she's doing.
Yes. So, I mean, Matt Eisman's been around forever, but he kind of went through different co-hosts until Akbar came along, and it was a perfect fit, and it's locked in. Yes. Zuri should be locked in. Do not let her leave for anything, ANW. She is the perfect sideline reporter.
100%. Give her all the money.
Besides that, formatting wise, I know it's played up for the cameras and they got the reasoning for doing everything. This whole, you have the Star Ninja and they picked 2 other people to come in. No, they didn't. Like, I mean, come on.
Hey, maybe I don't know.
Like, seriously. I don't believe it at all. Not even for a second.
Hey, I will say this. I really enjoy the fact that we did get to have, first of all, like, we got a lot less of the ninjas where it's like they kind of have no business being there, but they have an interesting story. You know what I mean? We got more of like, hey, I may not be like as well known as this other ninja, but hey, I'm at least athletic, and I still have an interesting story. I still have personality, and I have something to show. And because of that, I found a lot of the new people that we were introduced to a lot more like, I don't know, personable, charismatic, fun, not annoying. whatever you want to take.
Yeah, there was lots of new people, all of them good. I don't have a hate on for any of these stories. I liked everybody. Yeah. There were some that maybe didn't quite catch as much of my interest as others. There's times where I felt it lag a little bit, but oh my God, there was just so much good to this. Like, the first guy, I don't remember his name, unfortunately. He was the teacher. He was with Alyssa Beard.
I really like that guy. It was Mr. Oh man, yeah, I forget his name. Once again, we don't take notes. That dude was awesome.
Oh, I think you're thinking maybe the funky guy, whatever, Funky Hugh, Funky. The
maybe.
music teacher guy?
No, not
I
that
don't
guy.
Oh,
Not
okay.
that guy. It
I
was
don't know.
it was somebody that yeah, it was a guy with Alyssa Beard, and I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I like the fact that he seemed like a super fan. He was even calling himself a super fan. It really meant a lot to him. He got emotional, and you could tell that this really meant a lot to him. And he was training seriously. I forgot what he said, but he lost like a lot of weight even training. I mean, everything about this was really awesome and something that you want to see.
Yeah, that was the same guy. Okay,
Yeah.
the first guy. Yeah, he lost 60 pounds, I think he said.
Dang, 60, dude, that is no joke.
Yeah, I hope to do it again here soon. Keeping it off is the real trick. So yeah, he was great. I just, there was lots of stories like that. Jodie Avila's wife, I thought she was really good.
We'll get into that because I got a lot to say.
Okay, let's talk about that because I saw some hate on the forums. I did go peek at the forums, and
This is why
what
I
is
don't.
wrong with everybody?
This is why
Leave her
I-
alone. What the heck is wrong with people? Like, I was okay. I'll admit, I was tearing up. Like, I immediately got sucked back in that bad. Like, okay, we're like what, second, third run of the night, and I'm already like starting to weep. This is not good. Like why would you? Like, I guess to be fair, people that were posting against it were saying like, I think it's great what she does and whatever, but they're just like, she fell so early. I'm like,
Oh, get over
Yeah.
it. That happens.
exactly.
What's Jodie Avila's wife's name again?
Oh God,
Something Avila.
don't know.
All right, Jodie Avila's wife. You get the visually profound run of the night or segment of the night. This was amazing. It was the highlight of the episode, even over the runs, in my opinion. This was something that really, when you think back about like to different seasons and things, this is something that you're always going to remember. This was real, realer than real in today's climate, and this was actually very important to see. Especially in America. I mean, I am not trying to make this political, and honestly, I don't think it is a political issue. I have friends from every religion, ideology, political belief. Everybody agrees, like, COVID is serious and real, and people that try to not make it real, honestly, shame on them, and they are just the worst. I have a family member right now that actually has COVID, and like, this is serious stuff. This is life-threatening. Please take it seriously, everyone. And the fact that she puts her life on the line and actually is telling the story that millions of people are going through right now of not only having COVID, but also the first responders, the people, not even the first responders, but like the people actually taking care of everyone in these intensive units. Like, this is real stuff, and they're putting their lives on the line. There are so many like nurses, doctors, and other caretakers that have passed away simply trying to save as many lives as they can. This is real stuff. And the fact that she puts her life on the line and actually talks about things that really, like, you can just connect with. The fact where she says, I go home and I can't even hug my child, and I can't even explain to him why. Like, this is real stuff. Like, Rich, you've got 3 kids. Imagine, like, coming home every single day and not even being able to, like, hug your girls.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think that's why it hit me hard, right? Because where I'm at, it's a very rural area. We've got it knocked down, like, COVID, quite well. But the first couple of months, I mean, my kids are growing up except for the youngest. So I only had one of my kids here and I couldn't see the others. And it tore me up, like, to not be able to see them for months, like, other than online. Like, it's really hard on people. And whether you think it was an overreaction or not, I mean, it doesn't just affect you, right? And I don't want to get too much more into this because, we're here to talk about Ninja, but it does tie into, like, the show and her story, and how it affects all of us, right? Like, should be bringing everyone together, and that's ultimately what Ninja does as well, right? Like, so don't let this tear you apart. America, you guys have have a knack for making a lot of things political that don't make a whole lot of sense. Like, this is not a political issue. It's a health, and it's something that should be pulling you together, not pulling you apart.
It's a humanity issue.
Yeah.
Just be a good person. Because once again, really, people try to make it political. It really isn't. I know, like, I have friends from every walk of life, and everybody agrees on the same thing. It's not it's not a political issue. So I mean, I'm glad because I genuinely believe there are more good people than these dum-dums. But I will say this: back to the episode, just the fact that she was breaking down at the start of the episode and you just felt that connection with her, it was just so powerful in my opinion. And yeah, I'm sure some people can roll their eyes. I roll my eyes at a lot of things, trust me. But this wasn't one. This one completely grabbed me. I mean, people were cutting onions right next to me. It was very annoying. I mean, just irritating my eyes like crazy. But it's
me too.
Yeah, I know. It's just the worst. But
coincidence.
It was a fantastic segment and something that was very important. I mean, who better to tell this story than Jodie Avila's wife, who we have a connection with from this episode. It's somebody that, in a way, all the viewers know, and also she can tell her story and what's going on throughout the world right now with so many people.
All right.
And yeah, she fell on the second dang obstacle. I mean, she's 4'11". If you really want my thoughts on it, they should have had a trampoline for her or not made it so high. I mean, what the heck is she to do? I'm 5'11". You're gonna make a 7 or 8 foot tall bar and ask me to jump up to it? I can't. So I mean, whatever. It's not her fault, in my opinion.
Zero shame in falling on the second obstacle, Bijan. I totally agree.
I had that one covered. Okay.
For real though, no, it's just getting on the show is amazing, and having the bravery to go up and do it is totally a thing too. So, yeah. I keep wanting to say moving on. Like I've got a list. Like it's killing me to not have this list right now. I'm like, okay, moving on to the next run. I don't have the next run.
Embrace the chill, my man. Like I'm used to having no notes. Everybody rich over here is losing his mind with no notes. I'm chilling.
I'm gonna have to take some because this is gonna drive me insane. All right, so let's talk Grant McCartney, who was featured quite a bit in the episode.
He was all over this episode.
Yeah.
I'm not hating.
I had zero problem with it. Did it bother you?
No,
I didn't find it too much.
See, the thing is that he actually has something called personality and charisma. So, I mean, that's fine with me. I'm not tripping. And I would be upset if it was at the expense of a bunch of ninjas being, flash forwarded or whatever you call, where they just don't show them. I mean, I know John Alexis Jr. wasn't shown really, but other than that, I can't really name many ninjas that were not shown. Seth Rogers apparently was in this episode. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, I could make a big stink about it, but it's fine in my opinion. And Grant McCartney made it fun. We know that dude brings in ratings for the young kids, and nothing that he did was, in my opinion, annoying. So I am all for it.
Yeah, I had no problem with Grant. He was fun to watch as always. Enjoyed a few of the runs. Jody's was okay. Didn't stand I liked his segment, I think, more than his run.
Dude, I mean, his wife rose him up. I mean, Jody, I love him to death, but after his wife's run, I'm like, all right, I'm rooting for you because I'm just rooting for them in general.
We saw Black Jules hit the buzzer. I don't know if you're still listening, Julius, but congratulations. That's awesome.
Dude, I was really, really excited to see Black Jules. Yeah, shout out. And really, I was really happy for him because was this his first time hitting a buzzer, I think they said?
Yeah, they did say that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Who else we got? Alyssa Beard was on the episode. She was great.
Not only that, she hit the buzzer. I mean, that's a huge feat. Alyssa looks fantastic. She is in great shape right now. I think we're going to see a lot from Alyssa Beard this season. I'm actually really high up on her. I think she's going to do really, really well.
Yeah, she's great. And if you've ever listened to her in interviews, she's got a great personality too. Very funny that she doesn't get in her head. It's really funny how when she runs the course, she's just kind of thinking did I leave the laundry in the she just totally has a strange mindset as she runs the course. I love it.
Yeah, she's chilling.
Okay, here's the guy that and this is the one note I wanted to make sure I had is Nate Hansen.
Wow.
This dude, he was with Tyler Gillette, he had the growth hormone issue.
He had a growth, I forget if it's called a stunt or something like that, but basically he stopped growing, or, creating the, well, I don't want to speak to it. I'm no
Yeah,
expert, but what I can say is it definitely looks like through the therapy and everything, it seems, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Rich, but it seems like he pretty much grew a full like main torso shape, but it's more of his legs that were a little bit disproportionate towards the end. Is that about right?
They didn't clarify, but just looking, and I'm not an expert, and I was hoping you might be able to say, to me it seemed like his arms and legs were, it was his torso that was a little out of proportion, if anything.
Oh, his torso.
Like his arms, like, because I thought it seemed like, and maybe it's just because he's so athletic and he's so good, it's like his wingspan seems great for his size, and so does his stride.
Yeah, well,
like I feel like if I was going to build like an ideal body type for a ninja, this might be it. Like he really has an interesting physique, and it really helped him tear through the course.
Yeah, I mean, if you look up there, I forget the name of the wrestler, but there is a not a professional wrestler, but an amateur wrestler that won a bunch of championships because he only had one leg. And the thing is that because there are weight classes, he had so much upper body strength that more than the other guys. Well, that's not the only reason. I mean, let's be real. He went through a lot. I'm not trying to, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you can really take advantage of the fact that, you're holding up less body weight, but you still have so much upper body strength in like his arms and things like that. You know what I mean? So the weight to strength ratio is probably really good on him. And once again, credit to him, Ninja Warrior is about technique first of all, then physical attributes. And he also had to train and build his body to that. So I'm not trying to asterisk or anything. I'm just saying, like, he really is built to do well at this sport. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what he can do, because I think, like a few other ninjas, we can, maybe not this season, maybe he'll do well, but I could see him in like 2 or 3 years being like at the top of the ninja community. Like, I really think he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, he moved with a lot of confidence for a rookie, like kind of reminiscent of some of the really top stars we've seen in previous seasons when the first year we saw Daniel Gill or Najee Richardson, where you're just like, this guy's new, or Matisse, right? You're just like,
Josh Levin. Yeah, there's a few.
There's a few that where you're just like, okay, this guy is new. You would never guess in a million years.
Hey, do you know if Jeff Britton is running this season?
No idea. They haven't shown him, so I'm guessing maybe not.
Came to the top of my head. I'm like, hey.
He's starting to show all the little cracks here in that, but that's okay.
Yeah. This would have been a part where everyone where we cut for 5 minutes and like Google it. But nope, we're just moving through.
Exactly.
We'll find out next episode.
Flip Rodriguez. Let's talk about him.
Dude, okay, so Flip, first of all, really sad. I mean, I had to go and give a great big hug to my dog Nala, because I love my baby girl, but wow, that was rough. And just seeing Flip, crying and everything. I mean, once again, if you know somebody, you just get that empathetic, like vibe where you just want to like console them.
That's the thing. So I am not a dog person. I'll be quite frank.
You know what? Shane Bell. You get the Shane Bell this episode.
I deserve it. But that wrecked me. Like, that got me worse than any other story in the whole thing. He said, you feel like we know Flip. He wears his heart on his sleeve. We've seen it multiple times. And man, he looked so devastated. And I'm such a jerk because I went and showed it to my wife, even though she doesn't watch ANW. I'm like, watch this segment. And she started sobbing. She goes, why would you show me that? I'm like, I wanted someone to share the pain.
Yeah, it's like suffer with me.
Exactly.
It's like making somebody watch the beginning of Up, like just to do it to them.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I don't know. I thought maybe she'd be into ANW. It's like, oh, don't you want to see if he makes it through the course now? Like, nudge, nudge, but guess not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, Flip,
he didn't make it. Like, I thought for sure he was going to make it. I was all excited for him to go. It was right the right part of the episode where you're expecting someone to like crush it. Like, okay, so here's a veteran. He's going to go in and he's going to like lay it all on the line. Man, he fell. I couldn't believe it.
It happens. I mean, at least he made it on to the next qualifying round. It did look like he injured. Like, I didn't see if he just like blistered his hand or something else happened. It didn't look like he like, permanently he's not going to be able to do anything next episode. But I do want to keep an eye on if he ripped like the skin out of his palms, if that's going to affect him next qualifying round.
Yeah, he was definitely favoring his right hand. Something happened. And it didn't look like he was just in disbelief, like, what happened? It would look like, ow, that hurt. What the heck is that?
Yeah.
So hopefully he's okay. I'm running out of ninjas here.
Hey, honestly, good job remembering the ninjas that you did. I mean, off the top of my bat, the low point of the episode for me were the two twins. They were fine. I'm not saying like they were Shane Bell or anything, but I just honestly was like, they're fine. I mean, they're charismatic. So there was that. Speedo Ninja, I was really wondering why we spent so much time with him, but he did hit the buzzer for the first time, so I was happy for him. That's really it. I mean, if you guys want us to talk about, why don't we make this segment, Rich, since we're going off the fly out of our pants? For everybody at home, if there is something that we missed this episode that you want us to talk about, we will, rewind back to it next episode at the end. So that can kind of be like, what did we miss? Let us know.
Yeah, and it is entirely possible that this is going to frustrate me enough to start taking notes and we'll get a little more organized. We'll see.
I mean, it's going to, everyone.
It's pretty much guaranteed.
I would rather it like Rich just enjoys himself, but I just know this guy. He's a glutton for punishment.
Okay. Yeah, so that was it for the episode, really. It was the highlights anyway, and it was a good one. As we said, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one. Yeah, not much else to say, I think.
Next episode, do we get a power tower or no?
I think we do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I will say we don't, but we will see. We'll leave it at that. But I really hope we do, because I do think Power Tower is very, very fun. But we'll see. Also, how do you think, I know it's one of those things where people know already, but just off the top of your head, what do you think is going to happen for the finals? Do you think it's going to be like ninjas competing against each other, kind of like how, say, we have the Wolf Ninja Tour, or Wolfpack Ninja Tour, sorry, or do you think it's going to be more like a traditional ANW where we've got different rounds or stages?
I don't think they'll do head-to-head, if that's what you're suggesting. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No head-to-head? Man,
no,
I
don't think
kind of
so.
think head-to-head will be fun.
It would be great. I would love them to do it. I just can't see them doing it. I think they're going to do a really jacked-up, difficult course as much as they can in the limited space that they're going to have, and then try to shake loose some ninjas, I guess. I really don't know.
And second thing, next episode for qualifying round 2, do they change the course or are they sticking with the same course?
That's what's killing me. They're going to have to change it, right? Like, I can't see them.
I sure hope so.
I can't see them doing it 4 times in a row, maybe 2. I bet we get it alternating. Like, I can't see them switching out a bunch of obstacles. I bet this next one will be different, and then episode 3 will look like this episode.
I think they're going to do it like how they do ANW Junior, where they change out the second and I think the 4th obstacle,
right,
or the penultimate obstacle. I think those 2 are going to be swapped out every single episode. For all 4 episodes, we're not going to see the same. But I don't think they're going to change the whole course, but I do see the trapeze bar and the whatever
ring,
those things
the
called,
rolling
rubber
ring
band
thing?
thingy majigger.
Oh, okay.
The rubber band one.
Right.
I see those 2 being swapped out. But I mean, honestly, any of those middle ones can be swapped out in any which direction. But I just see some newness, not complete change. But I see at least 2 of them swapping out every episode.
I'm most of the way with you there. I think it is exactly the obstacles you said. Those 2 will switch, but I'm guessing that we're going to have it split, that those 2 will switch to the next episode, and then we're back to the same course for the 3rd one. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the competitors. As long as they got compelling people and stories.
Yep. And we got lots more coming up. It's a nice thing about Ninja is there's a huge roster of stars, so there's always somebody to look forward to seeing.
Yeah, and honestly, I like the fact that they chose like the top ninjas with some of their friends with interesting stories. It feels like a more concise, thing. It has far less of that vibe of proper ANW where it's like, Joe Schmo from a farm or wherever, anybody in the world can compete and win $1 million. That's just the environment. I like this, hybrid season format where we've got some people, a lot of ninjas that train, and we could just see what they can do. I don't know. For once in a while, I think it's a really good idea and fun. And yes, I am so happy that it's indoors.
Yeah. And it's funny.
That those ninjas like it too.
I bet they do, and allows them to record in the daytime, I would assume. I don't know when this was filmed, but
good point.
That's gotta be a nice benefit for them. Yeah, it would have been nice for the crowd too if they would have been able to go, but it is what it is.
Hey, they're making most of it. I like the fact that they got the family on the side, on webcam or whatever.
I know.
I thought they really made the most out of this, and it felt like a full, real competition season. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like, I don't know, anything less. It honestly feels like this could have been, even without a global pandemic, this could have just been a new format of the show, and it would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, it would have made me able to watch you run. It would have been great if I could have been up on the screen there.
They would have had.
They would have too. I know. Sucks. Next time for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So that is it for this episode. Thank you all for listening in. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can reach me as Rich at ninjapodcast.com. I am at Ninja Podcast on both Instagram and Twitter. And Bijan, how can they reach you?
Hit me up at Bijan151. That is Bijan 151 on Twitter and Instagram, preferably Instagram. And I love you all.
All right. Thank you all so much for listening, and have a wonderful week.
Peace, love, and deuces, y'all. ANW is back! Woo! I'm hyped, Rich. I'm hyped!